When the congestion pricing first started coming, I was like, I'm gonna have to move back to New York.
Now I have to take the train, yeah. It's too expensive.
I'm taking the bus, the train, as they want us to do.
Once they start paying it and they get that first credit card bill, an Easy Pass bill, then they're gonna more people be on the train.
I think it will make life better for everybody. It will make the air cleaner, it will make ambulance service quicker, it will make delivery service quicker.
I mean, the fees are too high every day.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's ridiculous, you know. But what can we do? We have no choice.
New Yorkers are not shy when it comes to talking about the city's new congestion pricing plan. It has been in effect for nearly a month now.
Yeah, drivers are charged up to $9 when they enter Manhattan at or below 60th Street. That includes most of the city's bridges and tunnels. The goal, reducing traffic and pollution while providing funding for public transportation. But there has been much debate over how effective these additional costs will be. Allie Bauman has been following the battle over congestion pricing for more than a year and joins us now with more. Allie, good morning.
Good morning, Dana. There's a new wrinkle in this debate. The Trump administration has signaled it could take steps to derail congestion pricing by reversing a federal authorization that was granted by the Biden administration. Now, no final decision has been made, but we traveled to London, a city where congestion pricing has been in effect for 2 decades, and found out that whether or not it works, well, that depends on who you ask. It's Monday morning in central London, and we're riding in the back of Grant Davis's black cab.
For nearly 40 years, my life and my brain has all been the roads of London, journeys through London, yeah.
Now going on his 4th decade as a cabbie, Davis knew London before congestion pricing, and he knows it with. Did you notice a change in the traffic when it first was getting started?
Yeah, definitely. But it was only short term, right? Since then, it's built up. This is just another burden.
London first implemented its congestion charge in 2003. Cars paid £5, that's about $8, once per day to enter central London, a zone about the same size as Manhattan's central business district. 2 decades later, the charge is up to £15 for most cars, roughly $18. Does the congestion charge here in London work?
Definitely.
Alina Turk is head of transport strategy and planning at Transport for London, or TfL, which is akin to New York's MTA.
When we first introduced congestion charging, it's had a really, really positive impact.
TfL says the number of vehicles driving into central London dropped by 18% within the first year of congestion pricing, and congestion inside the zone was reduced by 30%. But now, more than 20 years later, the traffic is back. According to the traffic analysis company INRIX, London is the most congested city in the world as of 2022, with the average London driver that year losing 156 hours sitting in traffic compared to 117 hours in New York City. How do you measure that the charge is working if people are still sitting in traffic?
It's about overall vehicle numbers going down, but that space being repurposed for other uses, making central London and city a much more pleasant, people-centric place to be, but also increasing the throughput of people that you're getting through.
In its 20 years, revenue from congestion pricing has put £2.6 billion, or $3 billion, into public transportation. When congestion pricing first launched here in London, the city added 300 buses to the roads, and now their system carries 5 times the number of bus passengers as New York City. But because of the slowing congestion, some of the bus fleet had to be pulled back in recent years.
It hasn't really worked in the way it was initially intended.
Tony Travers is a professor of public policy at the London School of Economics.
It's had other consequences, some of which people would think were good, but it's not had the lasting effect on increasing traffic speeds and improving the predictability of journeys.
So the question is, Allie, I mean, is it working in London effectively? What, more people but less cars?
Yeah, it depends on if you're a driver or if you commute on public transportation and walk, because the government is essentially saying, yeah, there are more people traveling through that. Yeah, there are fewer people sitting in cars, but more people going on buses and bikes and walking. But if you're driving and sitting in that traffic, you think it doesn't work.
It's always crowded when I'm there. It's like that. But what I'm thinking for here in New York City, so will we add more buses? Will the subways get upgrades? Because if there are going to be more people on these systems, the trains, they need to run effectively.
Exactly, and those upgrades take time, and that lag time in between when you have congestion pricing and when the upgrades come,
Is it worth it?
I have noticed that it's easier to get into the city a little bit, from Jersey at least.
It was easier yesterday coming from the airport, but here's the problem. When you live here and you got to go below 60th Street, I get that congestion pricing on my taxi every time.
Now you're feeling my pain, all right? Hallie Bauman, thank you so much.
Thank you.